Is Rockstar lying to us? Now, I have a conspiracy theory that I've been thinking about for a minute now. And, like most of us, we surf the webs, we go on Instagram, YouTube, and a lot of us follow these sources or we follow other people. And a lot of them post um, supposedly leaks, right, for GTA 6. And these leaks come in different forms. Sometimes they're like video clips, sometimes they're photos. I mean, you name it, right? Or sometimes like a source code or whatever. But I've been thinking a lot about these leaks, right? And you know what I've been thinking? What if it's all lies? Yes, you heard that right. What if it's all lies? What if they're just lying to us, right? And what I mean by that is that potentially they have constructed, or orchestrated a false narrative, building around these leaks and giving you an impression that potentially GTA 6 is this certain way, right? Um, that could be anything, it could be the design, could be the characters, or potentially the map size. I mean, we don't know, right? Until the game is officially released, but I'm starting not to believe none of these leaks or, have an ounce of truth behind them. And I'm not saying, these sources that the leaks are coming from being, paid by Rockstar, but could be paid by Rockstar to just, spread out this false information and have us believe certain things. And I think it's smart, I think it's smart from them, right? But we have to be smarter than them, or at least more aware and not as gullible and believe everything we see and hear, right? But that's just some of us. But yeah, I feel, and in a way it makes a lot of sense, if they control the narrative of the leaks, who's behind the leaks, who's doing the leaks, or he dropped the leak, or someone in Reddit or whatever found this leak. Sometimes I feel like it's all coming back from the inside, from Rockstar, and it's very smart, right? If you think about it, they get ahead of it. They can control what exactly is being leaked, and the real people, I mean by the ones that are not connected to Rockstar in any shape or form at all, or have the ability, the resources to potentially hack, get information or connections within Rockstar's games, right? The company. But if they're already ahead of the leaks, or they manage or they put out fake leaks, then it disincentivizes others to try to actually, hack or break in any shape or form. And it's very smart, because I know as a company, you want to be able to have most of the control as possible. You don't want anything impacting you in a negative way or impacting your profitability with the game, right? The shock value per se. But I've been thinking about that. I don't know what you guys think. And maybe I'm thinking about it too much, or there really are leaks being found by real people. Not people working at Rockstar or in association with Rockstar in any way or shape or form. I don't know. It's very interesting when you really sit down and think about it, and makes you see in a different way and not believe so much of this potential leaks. Like one of the recent leaks that I seen, many content creators have already discussed about it recently, and it's based off the actual character itself. For example, you can see here on the gameplay. Let me get out the car. You can see, and when you look at the characters, one thing you'll notice that all of them have in common, right? If you look at them, is the actual height. Whether it's a female or a male, that's something you can't change in GTA 5, right? Online. But supposedly there's a leak that Rockstar and GTA 6 is going to allow you, especially for the online portion of the game, allow you to customize your character, allowing it to be more realistic to you, because most people will typically design their character to look like themselves, right? I mean, I know I would make my character my height, I would make my character my size, my build, typically, my ethnicity, just to make it, keep it more realistic and connected to the real world. Typically, right? Obviously, you have others that will make whatever, but it goes back to the height adjustment aspect of it, which is very interesting because we can't control that. We don't have that customization ability here. But supposedly a leak, right? A leak said that we are going to be able to do that potentially, based off some photos that were being dropped, whatever. Um, but at first glance, or at first thought, it's cool. You think about it, like, oh yeah, cool. I'm able to customize my character. I don't know where they'll cap it at. The height. I don't think they're gonna let you go like 10 feet in the game, because that can pose a lot of issues, and that's what I'm trying to get to is, how much more work they really have to put in to allow you to be able to change your character's height, because people are gonna find different methods and ways to go around it. Maybe find glitches in the game. We're simply just able to adjust your character's height. If you can make your character really short, maybe that'll like open up some opportunities to exploit the game, and vice versa. Making them super tall, her tall, whatever, can allow for certain things to happen in the game that is not supposed to, whether that's like entering buildings or vehicles. The combinations are endless, basically. But it's very interesting when you think about it. It's like you sit down and think about it, like, are these leagues really, do they make sense? I don't know if it's a lot more work. If you think about it, they have to consider making all those different adjustments just to allow you to change the character's height. Obviously, they've been working on the game for many years now, right? So it's something they can achieve, but then will they do that? Or will they cut the corner and not, keep the characters all the same height, save themselves a lot of time and money? We don't know yet, but you will see. In November, well, not November 19th, because we're gonna get the story mode, but when online releases, I think when GTA 5 was released, I think it was like a month later or something like that when we got online. So I expect, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments about the time frame, a month or two at most. But so I expect a certain similar time frame. So if you want to see December 19th, that's what probably will get officially, or late December online. We'll be able to find out if those leaks were actually holding up or it was all BS from the beginning, right? Just food for thought for you guys. So just let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy, or am I speculating too much? I don't know. It's very interesting. I just want to sit down here and talk to you guys. So give me guys thoughts in the comments below. If you like this type of videos, and definitely gonna be dropping more similar content like this up until the release of GTA 6, and then we're gonna do a different series with GTA 6, which is gonna be fun, and you guys will hear more about it later. So thank you for watching. Until next time.